Welcome back to the Heroes Global Championship North America, where we are right in the middle of a series between Naventic and No Tomorrow, and things got a little crazy in the last game for sure. In fact, so crazy that we made a highlight reel of all of the kills, so we're gonna have a lot of Jaina kills. Let's take a look. All right, how early is this? 22 seconds in, and Varian blows up.
Again?
Yep. That's Li Ming.
All this Jaina setup. That was another one.
Those were all right in a row, too. It was just like Jaina, Jaina, and Jaina. Oh, here's Jaina again. We're going to rotate the top lane. We'll get Casanova too. Oh, yeah, this one.
Oh, this is beautiful. Casanova, seriously. So Zuna gets isolated, and then look at this. Just... All right, I'll take that. Turning around a very unfavorable position. Huge plays there.
That was awesome. Kenma gets caught out from No Tomorrow, but now we're back to Naventic getting some kills. Casanova was having a rough time up in the top lane every time he tried to step out. A lot of times Naventic was there to punish him, capitalize on it, but Zuna's going to turn around.
Boom. Cost him his life, though. But, I mean, you know, it's a pretty neat pickup there.
There he goes, there he goes. Oh.
This is the first time we got to experience that choke.
Yep.
Don't worry, we'll come back. We'll be back.
We will be back
oh,
there.
Yeah.
Here's Arrow in the mid. That was the first Dragon Knight of the game. 7 kills to 4. It looked all right here, right? Like things were still, they weren't out of control yet. Swap.
Oh, man.
Beautifully done. 1-for-1 trade.
Oh, there's going to be, oh, Ken. I forgot about that one. He
Nice.
gets caught out there.
That's 8 versus 6, so still pretty close. Like, yeah, Naventic are ahead, but things started to get a little nuts. That was Ring of Frost going out. We'll have another huge Ring of Frost later on. Swap again.
Ends up landing, but nobody's there to confirm the kill. Earl goes in with his last ounce of health to try and peel for the team. And look at how split they are, right? Tiger JK had no influence in the fight. That's what I was talking about. Just never really together in this game, ever.
Is this where the Ring of Frost happened? I think it is.
It is.
Mosh Pit.
So
Ring
beautiful.
of Frost. Destruction.
Very easily going to be able to. Yeah. That was just a very no hesitation there. Completely turning around, confirming that. And then Zuna getting the slow on Urho means the entomb. Means see Urho.
Yeah, now it's 16-7. So spiraling out of control pretty quickly. The game started off and it was just like kills on each side. They're trading rather well. Naventic was always in charge of that trade, but it wasn't ever so far. But then toward the mid game, things just got scary very fast.
We're back at the choke.
Yep.
Things didn't work out.
Once again, hey, they got ETC that time.
That was, my goodness.
Is this 22? Number 22.
At least we got the ice block dodge there from Tiger JK, you know?
That was awesome.
It wasn't a huge play, but I mean, it's the small things, you know?
Granted, Tiger was doing all he could.
Yeah.
That game. His cleanses, he had a ton of cleanses. He sacrificed himself to cleanse Vala multiple times, or at least one time I know for sure down in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Tiger was doing everything he could, but his team could not deal with that damage.
And here we are, our map that we're going to be going here for game number 4, in fact, is going to be Infernal Shrines. What are you thinking about that?
It's Naventic's second choice after Battlefield, right? That's generally where they like to go. No Tomorrow lost the last game, so they opted into first pick. They already have gone to their primary picks, and I think they want to be the ones who are able to force that Ragnaros, Tassadar be the first pick. It seems like the more teams play, the more even teams who were preferring to have map choice are starting to deviate back toward first pick, understanding the meta more.
No Tomorrow should be considering the Kerrigan, though, right? There's another huge card at play here.
True.
So if you ban the Ragnaros, then Naventic can ban the Kerrigan, and then you have to first pick the Tassadar in that rotation to be able to get, you know, some of the OPs, if you will. But then if you, I think the best strat here is you ban Artanis. They're going to ban Ragnaros or Kerrigan, and then you end up getting the Kerrigan, giving up the Tassadar.
But what if they ban Artanis and the other team bans Tass?
If No Tomorrow bans Artanis and the other team bans Tass?
And then just Naventic bans Tass and there's Rag and Kerrigan.
I still think it would be fine.
We'd be fine. Well,
Yeah.
No Tomorrow's going to ban Tass anyway.
I think having shrine control is probably more important than anything, and the Kerrigan's like the key to that, to be able to really make that happen. Plus, No Tomorrow thrives when they can just, you know, go, be the aggressors, get the advantage very early on. And I think Kerrigan's a pretty solid step for that. So Naventic now has to consider that. And I do think they'll leave both probably open.
I think so too.
But Naventic hasn't looked too impressive when they pick up the Ragnaros.
If they want to ban Rag, that means that they would rather deal with Kerrigan from No Tomorrow, having played versus No Tomorrow's Kerrigan, than Ragnaros.
I mean, they played against their Kerrigan and they played against their Dragonshire, and last time it didn't hold true either. Like, they were able to turn around on that Dragonshire game, so
that's true.
maybe, you know, they got the answer. So, is it going to be the first pick Kerrigan here for No Tomorrow? I want no hesitation. Come on, guys. Just give me that. I was hoping for that insta-lock. Always satisfying when you see those really confident, really aggressive playmaking heroes get insta-locked in there, but they're going to be waiting it out and then go with the Artanis instead. I'm just going to leave this to, you know, Casanova has obviously made huge plays on the Artanis, but I can't help but feel like the Kerrigan had to be something, you know, a little bit more considered.
So if Team Naventic gets Kerrigan here, what are they going to pair with it? ETC?
I think
support.
I think it would either be the Malfurion or it would be a Tychus to be able to deny from No Tomorrow again, because they're afraid of letting that happen. They had success with it by being able to remove it in the past game. So
yeah, they did play Gul'dan on Shrines last time too, but I think that they'll leave that until later on. I surely they'll get Kerrigan yet.
And it's going to be the Malfurion, so you got the pairing, be able to have the Shrine control. So No Tomorrow, I'm already afraid of what they're going to be picking up here. And yeah, you're talking about the Gul'dan. That is something that's shown a little bit more on Infernal Shrines here in North America so far, rather than just on Braxis and Tomb. He has a spot here.
Both teams like Gul'dan on this battleground. Tychus is still up too. I think that if No Tomorrow want it, knowing what happened to them last game, they're going to have to pick it up in this rotation. Otherwise, it's going to get banned or stolen away, something I think Naventic would be happy to do the strategy of focusing Jason that worked before. There's Tychus. Did they get Rhaegar?
ETC.
No, ETC.
So they're going to let the support chokehold go through. Naventic most likely going to ban the Rhaegar, just because it not only controls onto the Shrine and helps with the wave clear there, but again, it's insane to be able to have that for your team here as the support. If not, they have to be heavily aware or at least afraid of what's going to be like the Gul'dan, I think is something that we might see.
Yeah, I put that with Talking Trees. What will Naventic want to pick up after this? They still need a warrior. No Tomorrow.
Diablo.
Yeah, you think they're going to ban Diablo?
Yeah, No Tomorrow will ban Diablo because you do not want Diablo Kerrigan on Infernal Shrines against you. That, if you ever wanted to know what it feels like to never have control of your hero, face that duo here, because they will conveniently do that until your death. And they don't. Well, then we're about to find out, because I'm pretty confident this is going to be probably a Diablo Volo rotation on the side of Naventic, and then they can figure out what they want on their last pick. Whereas No Tomorrow, they're in a position to where they're going to be going with, I don't even know at this point, now that they've been crippled into the support era.
You know, if No Tomorrow just really want to be able to bank on a swap or a lockdown to get a quick kill, then the Tyrael makes more sense. Because there's no way of bailing somebody like Kerrigan out. It doesn't give Kerrigan some time to build up her shields with Maelstrom. So now, like, it's Malfurion heals, right? There's slower heals. Naventic maybe picks up Zarya to try to supplement.
That's true.
But Kerrigan is rather, she's squishy. She's fragile. She needs the support. That's why you used to see her with somebody like Uther, who could give her Divine Shield for 3 seconds so that you could build up shields during Maelstrom and take care of yourself. And that's why they're going to pick up Medivh.
That's going to be able to help with those swaps very, very well. Not so much when it comes to control, but Kerrigan's going to have that covered. And there comes out the Vala here. So No Tomorrow has, you know, they got to make some adjustments there after that Medivh pickup here with the Kerrigan. They don't have any Shrine control really over their opponents. I can't help but feel like they're going to go into a Gul'dan, and I feel like that's a really scary choice. Medivh is the response to the Kerrigan would have been a reasonable choice for them, but now that that's taken away for Naventic, or by Naventic, excuse me. Ooh, this is a draft puzzle. What is the direction here? Support. What do you want to be moving into? You don't want Karazim, but you don't want Uther either. You probably want Uther over the Karazim in this scenario.
You
one
want
of
to
the
cleanse.
few. I actually might take Uther over the You want the Uther over the Karazim. So then, what is your next pickup then? No, they go with the Karazim. Surprising choice there. And then the Zarya to help with the shielding, help the peel. All right.
Wow, that is
interesting.
Yeah.
This is Diablo, right? Am I crazy?
Varian?
Oh, not like this.
Diablo Varian.
No
That's
way.
what we've seen from BKid. ETC Diablo Varian. I think one Johanna too.
There's no way it's Johanna. It's got to be. Maybe it is. I don't even know anymore after that last rotation here that we see. I thought that Diablo was going to be one of the more feared here, but
30 seconds to decide on BKid's fate.
no
Yeah.
freaking way. Full lockdown, full concentration kill onto one target. Is that really? Is that the answer? Naventic here. Oh, man. Okay, so Diablo lost value in the sense that his wave clear doesn't exist at 4 anymore, which is a huge hit to him, but he still is surprisingly terrifying when it comes to this map. I mean, he is literally the Lord of Terror at that point. But then the Medivh, oh, man. Naventic picked such a high skill cap comp that it could just snowball, out like crazy, but at the same time, we've also seen them, struggle when it comes to communication, being on the same page.
With Medivh.
Yeah, this is a risk I wanted to take him, but we'll see how they manage to make it work out. While on the other side, the Karazim into the Kerrigan, I get it, but I actually would have said Uther over any other support
There's
there.
no cleanse.
Yeah.
There's cleanse at 16.
Well, and he's also very vulnerable to the Kerrigan as well, whereas Uther doesn't have that. It's not like Karazim has better wave clear either. I wanted to take in the Brightwing. I would have taken Uther, Karazim, and then Brightwing in that order.
No Ariel. Not even a consideration.
Maybe.
I mean, if they're not going to care about cleanse anyway, she helps with wave clear, but that was a toughie. The support choke that Naventic put No Tomorrow in is a toughie. No Tomorrow is putting a lot of cards again into the Artanis basket. Let's see if it pays off for them. We're heading into Infernal Shrines for game number 4 between Naventic and No Tomorrow.
A toughie. Is that what we're calling it?
A toughie.
It's a toughie. A doozy. Tizzle. Give me another one.
I'm out.
Nailed it. Absolutely. So when I failed to come up with the solid
Doozy
haiku
was my
tomorrow,
second.
when I come up with it, when I don't have the solid haiku tomorrow, I want you to remember this moment and the fact that you couldn't even come up with a simple word. Mission accomplished.
You took doozy right just out of my mouth. Is that the saying? I don't know. You've got me all confused now. Teams are ready. Let's see if No Tomorrow can close it out. Team Naventic has some breathing room. They took on the last game, so they have the momentum back, and that's a hard thing for Naventic. At least it has been in the past.
Kerrigan is already transitioning towards top. It's going to be a Vala Malfurion on the bottom lane, Varian in the solo end to mid. Wave clear of these teams. Both are pretty weak. Kerrigan's and Naventic is going to be a little bit higher than Malfurion Vala, but the rest of them do struggle very heavily. So I'm interested to see how this works out. I do think that Casanova should be pretty successful in that 1v1.
I wondered if that was going to happen, that we'd get insight from Tiger JK, knowing him, knowing that what's like the value of Iron Fist here, trying to be up against Varian Kerrigan is scary. No Moonburn, again for Malfurion. Kenma has been very focused on having his scouting drone.
Yeah, heavy rotation there. Shields come out onto Urho. Energy is going to be collected here. Kerrigan is going to be there with the response, though. See if she goes for the leap. Combo completely whiffs on Urho. He gets the power slide out. There's going to be a big root, though. Trees. Casanova's here. He's not going to look for that swap, so very well done. Counter initiation there.
Yeah, Airho, too.
Yeah.
To dodge the way he did.
Very well done. So Tomster not able to confirm that first contact there. The insight, though, is surprising. It will help for, in the long run, supporting when it comes to the team, but it won't help into the early game at all. So, and that's what I'm most afraid of when looking at the composition on the side of Naventic here is going to be the early game. So we'll see how it works out. We do have a first shrine going to be spawning. Swap not going to connect there. As the rest of No Tomorrow up here in the top lane, they'll transition down relatively soon, but shrine control is pretty heavily weighted here. Naventic there with that Kerrigan and having the Medivh to be able to back up with the shields.
Yeah, I wondered if maybe No Tomorrow would want to give up the shrine in favor of just pushing in the top lane somewhere, getting more insight stacks, just letting them scale up a little bit and take about the same as what Naventic would be looking to get out of the Punisher, which is about the first tower. Since the first Punisher is weak, but that isn't so much. Nice roots to catch Casanova as he was looking for the swap. That means that is down for a few seconds now for Naventic to get aggressive.
Jason's in a terrible position there, and he ends up getting stunned out. Casanova goes aggressive. He hasn't burned the swap yet. Zuna is under a tough spot, ends up burning his own protect onto himself. And Tomster is going to be able to start this here. 3 skeletal defenders already going to be picked up as the rest of No Tomorrow here are completely focused on just backing out, getting the tap, and then considering if they want to move forward.
Fight happening below, though. Here's a protect. Casanova goes in for a swap, but with the roots, doesn't get in a position where it's actually going to body block B-Kid, but does put some good damage down on him. Meanwhile, 10 skeletal defenders have been grabbed by Tomster, taken out. Now No Tomorrow wants to go for the fight over the defenders. Portal is down. They need to watch both sides of that too. It's almost done. Swap on a Tomster. Here's a force of will to keep him alive.
That's a huge combo. Oh my goodness, 3 of them there. Tiger JK barely is going to be able to survive. The shield goes on to Tomster, and he ends up getting the kill there. Somehow No Tomorrow is turning this around. 15 skeletal defender, 23 still available, or at least captured, if you will, for Naventic. The swap, that's going to be on to Kenma. He lays down the root. The portal is there as well. He gets his brother out, and at the life of Jason, this is a skirmish of the century here as Trees is getting chased down by Impact. Ken gets power slid, but he is
Biggie comes in, goes to the vault, has more damage. Casanova jumps, swap in the towers to Biggie, but Azuna is there with the protection, and Artanis will swap to his death. 3 kills for the one of Tomster, and Tomster's right back in the fight again, clearing out the rest of skeletal defenders to get an Arcane Punisher. Yeah,
and that is, you know, the composition there that Naventic has on that early game shrine control. That is not the end of the world here. They're even going to back out. They have the 39 cap. They're going to try and stagger with something else out onto the map here. And I was surprised that they weren't a little bit, you know, more dominant there. No Tomorrow's done a pretty good job. Oh, good dodge there coming up from Tiger. JK ends up throwing down his ally, and everybody's ready to go. They've captured the Punisher, and it's going to be sieging up.
So here comes the bait on the jump. The towers are nice and healthy too, so as long as this happens quickly, there shouldn't be any sort of follow-up, except that Tomster can pull somebody over the wall. Otherwise, it's done now, and No Tomorrow have been in both, or all 3 of the lanes still soaking. Unfortunately for them, because it's an Arcane Punisher, and because the positioning is very scary because of Varian and Kerrigan together, they're going to actually lose this fort before Arrow can get in and help clean up the rest of the Punisher. So a level lead for Naventic off of that.
Yeah, and we see the scenario too where now No Tomorrow is far enough behind that maybe their shot calling and decision making is going to crumble a little bit here. That half level to 3/4 disadvantage. But we'll find out. It's not that drastic, especially when looking at the shrine control composition. No Tomorrow should thrive as the game moves a little bit later here. Or maybe at least it has a larger area to be able to make mistakes. Kerrigan won't be nearly as terrifying and should be able to be outskilled. Same kind of with Medivh. Other than just the raw outplay potential, his major DPS output is not nearly as high as some of the other heroes on the side of No Tomorrow. For instance, Tychus.
Tiger JK has been, Artanis goes down. Tiger's been continuing his different build. Insight is about 2/3 of the way done. Picking up Spirit Ally, so having more of a healing ward at level 4, then getting blinding speed so that he has more dashes of Radiant Dash. Again, maybe that is so that he can have more of those cleansing touch later on at 16, or just making sure that he has more dash charges should he get into trouble between Varian and Kerrigan. Either way, it will help with his mobility quite a bit.
And also, yeah, I mean, with any of the 16s, it can aid him to be able to complement whatever build he moves into here. The Insight is getting pretty close to be able to be completed there. Stun comes out. Urho's going to be able to walk away from here. And it looks like 10 is going to be picked up significantly early here for Naventic. Casanova is already backed out, look towards the Shaman camp, going to try and get out that pressure. As long as 10's picked up for both these teams before the next Shrine phase, should be okay. There's the portal. Dash on out, dashes up again. There it is.
Dismount 2 from Airho throws all the members of Naventic back. No Tomorrow can start getting their bruisers or fallen shaman, but the Shrine activates in just a few seconds, and No Tomorrow do not have a heroic ability. So if they want to contest this, they're going to have to go into lanes, get heroic abilities, and then come down and force the fight, because they're going to be very far behind, because Tomster is chewing through those skeletal defenders.
Yeah, and this is just leapfrog it is. This is why Kerrigan is so scary here. Her control, her kill potential, everything about it. 10 is going to be picked up soon. The question is No Tomorrow going to make that transition? Karzim, it looks like he's making his way up. Kenma is in a tough spot there. And it looks like they're going to stop this. They're going to at least try to take this fight. 10 versus 10. If this goes wrong, this is a huge snowball moment for Naventic.
It is. There's a power slide too. Airho is looking for the choke point that can give him a big mosh pit. Leyline seal, it's a lot of people, but behind that, Maelstrom's already down too, so Tomster actually didn't get very many shields off of Maelstrom at all. And Drill was dropped down, so Naventic had to deal with that. Unfortunately for No Tomorrow, they used a lot of their heroic abilities, didn't get any kills in time. They didn't die, but they didn't get any kills either, and now have to deal with another Punisher for Naventic.
But Palm and Moshpit are huge playmakers, and they're still up here. The bait over the wall combo is not going to be used there by Tomster. And with Medivh there, and they're going to have to be overly patient. They're not going to have, the huge portal play. Swap not going to land there for Casanova, as harassment does fall onto Tiger JK here. With the insight completed, we also see B-Kid as his level 1 there on the variant has almost been finished as well. Zarya's is close to being completed, and Master's Touch is not even halfway there yet.
Zarya is also her Give Me a 20 at level 4 is slightly less than halfway done. But the big deal when it comes to stacking talents now is Master's Touch, which is about a third of the way done. If they could get a kill on Zuna, it would be huge for No Tomorrow at this point, knowing that it would reset the stacks. But they'll settle for a Tomster kill too. The body blocks were insane. Not even Force of Will keep Kerrigan alive.
Yeah, and let's see if we can get him another play here. Casanova, you know he's looking for the swap attempt, but they are going to be retreated to a safe area. He's going to be able to forfeit that. The team now making the rotation here to the Shaman camp. Pressure, excuse me, not the Shaman camp, but the Cosmic camp. They have one in mid. They got one on bottom here. Just painting the map right, keeping the pressure up here over Naventic, because they do have a very skirmish-oriented composition. And honestly, with Naventic not pulling very far ahead in that early game, I'm a little bit afraid for them, to be honest. Like, yes, they've had a Kerrigan, and yes, they played the leapfrog, and everything's looked pretty, but we haven't seen, the combo, the aggression that you always see out of the Kerrigan. Why people are so afraid of her on this map. It has been very patient, and not that she's hit the point of where she can easily be outscaled, but usually you want, that level. You want an area to where you can, make mistakes and it not be the end of the world. And Tomster here is going to have to play a very calculated game if they're going to have success, and Zuna's got to be on point as well.
Did you talk about Tranquility?
I did not.
Kenma got Tranquility instead of Twilight Dream, even despite something like, ETC trying to go in for moshes, lots of swaps, aggression from No Tomorrow, melee-centric, but still wanting to get Tranquility, probably Ice Block again at 13-2, not just even because it's standard, but then 2 he can drop that, go into Ice Block and try to keep his team healed up.
I mean, it makes sense too with Leyline Seal. Like, it's like Void back in the day. Anytime you can run Trank Void together was insane, because, you could force the fight, you could buy enough time to make sure Trank got value. It is a really solid pickup there. But I am questioning if this is the scenario where I really do enjoy it. Tychus' damage is a little bit burst-esque. Karzim obviously not going the DPS route, and same with having the Artanis swap. So I think it's relying a lot on just Medivh and really just the beefiness of the composition to really run to that Tranquility. So we'll see how it works out.
Hits big, Kenma and big impact on the side, and behind that zoning mosh pit puts a lot of the members of Team Naventic in a bad position, but Leyline Seal buys time for the fight, buys time for the Tranquility, just like you mentioned. Drill is down, starting to go on to Tomster yet. Tomster has used Maelstrom, so whatever he can get from shields now is off to his skeletal defender attack. Only 9 more defenders needed for No Tomorrow.
Yeah, they should be able to pick this up, honestly. Just go back and look to get a tap. There is no tap on the bottom, though, so they might be forced into a rough position. B-Kid is caught out a little bit. There's a good shield. Thompson with a combo attempt. Not going to land. Casanova with the swap. Urho is going to knock everybody out. Big impact taking the tunnel. Same with Zuna. But look at everybody's health pool for Naventic. They're falling 32 to 33 on the skeletal defenders. 39 is now picked up. Thompson, will he be able to get the Q? And he confirms it there. A little bit of a harassed skirmish. The combo is going to land. Not quite today. Taunt is the follow-up too. Punisher's not going to leap over to them because they haven't revealed themselves out of the fog of war. And suddenly, Beacon looks like he's in the bad spot. Combo hits too, but they can't kill anything.
Swap once again. This time, finally No Tomorrow get kills that they were looking for. 2 kills, in fact, on Vala and Kerrigan.
Yep.
Casanova with consistent swaps through that Shrine phase. It started to seem like, you know, he wasn't hitting them as much, but once he got to Graviton Vortex, that was all the difference they needed. Level 13 was such a big power spike, not only for Artanis, but Zarya too. Getting pain is temporary. It keeps her just so much healthier, and yes, No Tomorrow lost the Punisher, but it seems like Naventic, the way that they've been able to have a lead on these shrines gets less and less every time we have one pop up.
And on the note of the Tranquility there, we saw where, you know, you could get value out of it. Just with the Leyline Seal that buy you time to be able to get it. But we also see the counter argument to it very, very clearly there, and that's outside of Vala Kerrigan, that is all the DPS the composition really is going to be able to have. And over those long sustained fights into an Insight Earth ally Kharazim with the Zarya, those long sustaining DPS fights might not really be the most reasonable answer, you know, to be able to take that fight. They couldn't confirm a kill. So the question is that Twilight Dream against the Kharazim, against the Zarya, going to be able to confirm those kills, or is the long fight really going to make it worth it? And that first indication was at least no, Tranquility was not the proper response, but it may change as the game goes on.
Well, Kerrigan has picked up double strike. Maybe at 16 she can get Essence for Essence too to do more of a chunk of damage. And then looking at talents maybe available for Vala at 16 to help with damage, Manticore might be a possible one, even though she has gone into multi-shot build so far, Frost Shot too, if they just want to be able to slow down any picks that they get. But if they need the burst damage that's needed there, maybe Manticore is the switch up there. We'll see as Naventic get closer to 16 talents.
That'll be an interesting choice. And this game, like I said, Naventic not getting that scaling with the Kerrigan pickup here is a very terrifying moment for them to be into, because even just beyond the talent tiers, for those of you guys who don't know, who don't see Kerrigan very often in your game, she gets outscaled. She does not ramp up like a lot of the heroes in the game do. She has insane crowd control to open up. She's got pretty good survivability, and I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a lot of fun to play, but once you hit that 20-minute mark, a combo doesn't really kill anybody, especially with the amazing supporting and utility that usually exists by a support player at that point in the game.
Naventic are choosing to push with a 3-man to the top, and getting those keep towers is huge. It's such a good amount of experience to get in.
They are.
Got some nearly 16.
Zuna.
All right, here comes Arrow. He's looking at those 3 members, but also the Shrine is just about to activate. By the way, Zuna is like one Arcane Rift away from finishing Master's Touch, which would be a huge relief for Team Naventic.
Yeah, and that's already 10 defenders instantly going over to the hands of No Tomorrow. Casanova tried to get that swap, wasn't going to connect. Tomster trying to play the leapfrog, get a couple, 3 in his hands, 20 on the opposite side of the battlefield. 16 now going to be picked up. The taunt going on to the front line. The swap doesn't land at all, and instantly we see ETC is removed from the fight. Zuna drops a deep portal. And
that Leyline Seal was insanity from Zuna, and all 4 in the back line so that everyone could focus on taking out ETC. Divine Palm lands on Casanova, but can he get out of here? That's the problem. A quick taunt, or not even a taunt, actually a charge, and Artanis gets taken out. A second kill. Tomster still on the chase for the rest of No Tomorrow, but they do have a fort to fall back to here in the mid.
Yeah, and it's just going to be getting rid of the experience onto the top lane and accepting the fate of that Punisher that's going to be leading down here towards the mid lane. They do have a camp pressuring on bottom that has only one sad little guy throwing his spears. It's going to be cleaned up here as Big Impact moves down. But this is where the fun begins. We have Medivh. We have, you know, another Punisher going over. This is where you get those sweet, sweet portal plays. They're even going to back out, time the Shaman camp with it, and get that 39. Look to be able to pick this up now, capture the last one, and then this is where the fun begins. These are my favorite things about Medivh, things like this. You know, baiting the Punisher. What do you do? Are you afraid of it? Does everybody go in all at once? These are the fun things.
Varian picked up Mortal Strike at level 16, so that's going to, whenever he hits with a Heroic Strike, reduces healing. Another way for them to get damage. Seething Hatred was a choice for Vola too. Building up Hatred stacks faster. Airhose moving in, goes for a Mosh Pit, but Expulsion Zone is down at the same time. No, it's a little bit of anti-synergy costing No Tomorrow the kills they desperately wanted at that point.
Yeah, and that Leyline Seal is going to be a 5-man. This combo is going to wreck there. It's going to hit onto 2, instantly popping the Heroic. ETC once again, Mosh, beautiful palm though, is going to be able to get the peel. Casanova relying onto his shield. The 2-man, 3-man combo. 1, 2, 3. They're all going to be going down. Very well done. Tomster is turning this game up, and he is setting his team ahead now. As they still sit 39. Even Urho can't make it out.
Jason, the lone survivor. Actually, no, Jason's on Zarya, so it's going to be Talking Trees, the lone survivor. Why not push? Just a long time. I assume they're just going to try to take down Keep and then go back and get the Shrine?
Yeah, that's... All right, so, okay, that is what they're going to be able to try and do.
Oh, no.
No way.
They're positioning for core. There's a portal.
I don't think they can.
Biggie. All right, here we go. Drill is down. Big Impact's pretty low. Talking Tree's doing what he can.
As long as Tree survives, this is fine. The shield's down, but I think they're going to still be okay. The portal might be enough to be too mobile. We'll see. The blind hits. This is so risky.
Oh,
the swap!
Swap on
Tuna! There's already going to be 1 down. He's going to be respawning here in 5 seconds.
Beacon?
Protection shield. No way. Oh my.
No! Tomster! That is a team wipe. No Tomorrow. But even with that, all the forts are up. Team Naventic brought the core of No Tomorrow down to 44%. No Tomorrow, how much can they even do?
Well, really, what you want to do is get 39 again as a response to what we see on the side of Naventic. Then you took down mid fort, excuse me, and then look to capture. I guess you could capture the Punisher instantly. It doesn't matter. But whatever you want to do is you got to go through mid right now. You need to open up a win condition, a minimum of a keep in this scenario specifically. And using the Shaman Camp here, I guess, is going to be an all-right play. But the fact that nobody's pressuring mid right now is kind of mind-blowing. Your Punisher should not receive shots for free. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to laugh so hard.
They seem so desperate to get this done. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Pushing mid. Now we're in position. Zarya's still on the bottom. They're trying to soak to 20.
Okay. Yeah, no, they were looking for 20 overall else. And maybe not the direction they should have gone with it here. As the Shaman Camp on top is going to be cleared by Vola, at least for now. She's making that rotation. 20 is going to be picked up. They have to capitalize on that 20. They sacrifice opening up the win condition. Well, your winning condition now is going to be using those Storm Talents to be able to confirm a kill here.
Win the video game.
Yeah, the Punisher is now leaping towards mid. We will see that once that 1 turret falls, that should be 20-tier advantage. Focus the sidewall onto the keep and look for just a raw initiation. Leyline Seal should be enough counter momentum, though. This is No Tomorrow putting themselves into a very tough position.
Are they going to break a wall?
They're feigning the back because they're afraid of the back door.
Yeah. All right, break a small wall. Casanova jumping in, looking to see if there's a swap. Everyone's saying very safe from the members of Naventic. Here comes a swap. Domster doesn't get hit by it. Swaps down for a little bit more. Naventic are looking to take down this keep. They have to get the keep. Drill drops down. The keep goes down, and Naventic No Tomorrow need more.
Yeah, they're going to need more. They're going to end up backing out and probably feigning like they're backing and looking for a pick on top. That's the most reasonable transition that you're going to see out of Naventic is going to be looking towards Aqua, looking towards bottom. So there it is. The problem is that it's going to be scouted out by Medivh. Yep. But, at least they went for it. Very standard, drastic decision-making to be able to make up for the comeback there. I can't help but feel like screw the 20, push the mid fort, grab it after, take out the keep, and then look for, a half Punisher health. Look for the initiation there, 19 and a 19.
Look at bottom.
They're going for it.
There's no 20, but here go Naventic. For the
Medivh's going to delay. Medivh is going to delay. He has Leyline Seal. This is good. Oh my gosh. No, never mind. They didn't go back to our set day. They're going to do it slow. That was my moment. I got excited. And, things were going to happen. They were going to backdoor. Medivh is up there. He's like, I'll buy time. And instead, they're just going to wait until the next map objective. 20 is going to be picked up soon, relatively. Or 20 is going to be picked up relatively soon here for Naventic. My goodness.
Now No Tomorrow have to babysit bottom lane for the rest of the game, especially with Khazra pushing down that, and catapults to boot. 20 now here for Team Naventic.
Bolt's going to be the choice on Kerrigan. Medivh Cheats is the selection there for Medivh.
Glory to the Alliance. Increasing health regeneration and healing once Banner is down, besides giving armor because it is Banner of Ironforge. Wow, Force of Will for Artanis. So Casanova realizing that he's going to be likely swapped into a position where he's taking the brunt of damage from all of Naventic, so trying to make sure that his shield overload is up as often as he can, being as tanky as possible. Add to that, unyielding defender for Zarya at level 20. No Tomorrow are looking to tank some damage. Torvas too.
I'm sorry, this is really tense. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out who's got the upper hand. It's hit the 20 mark, so I feel like the Kerrigan should get out of scaled. But the 44% core looks like it's going to create panic, I think, for the side of No Tomorrow. We're going to find out as there's the start. That already forced the bolt there from Ken.
Looking for maybe another swap. Casanova does have the double swap, so if even somebody is near Kinma, it could pull Kinma into position, and the only is relying now on Ice Block 2. The Shrine is up. The Shrine is crucial to the members of No Tomorrow. Here comes the swap. Looking at Kinma once again. Kinma does not get it, but Tomster finds a pull instead. And before ETC can make anything happen, the mosh pit is stalled out. He gets taken down, and now this is looking better and better for Team Naventic. They're jumping in for more. Cleanse and Palm's going to go down. Palm does not get procced too, and Jason gets taken out.
That's it.
That will be the end of the game for Team Naventic.
You know, a valiant effort there at the end. The combo is ended up hitting Tiger JK, so he couldn't even try and hit the palm if he ended up wanting to on the original kill target. And that was really all it took. One beautiful lane line seal coming out from Zuna, and that, in fact, is going to turn the tide. Now in a little bit more calculated manner, going to set their eyes at the core. The combo comes out. He is going to end up going down here, and then they're going to proceed to ignore. I don't think Talking Trees, you made the big play last time, but this is not the time you can make that happen here.
Naventic tie up the series down 0-2 to No Tomorrow. Gathering momentum, coming out with beautiful damage in game number 3 on Dragonshire, and then making the comeback on Infernal Shrines. Looking better and better for them, but it's all going to come down to that very last battleground. Any hypothesis on which battleground it'll be before we go?
I'm going with Curse Hall.